Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother, I wanted to ask you a question on behalf of my mother. My mother is an Islamic teacher in her school, and there's a collection going on for festivals like Easter, Vishu, etc. And soon there will be collection for many other festivals celebrated by non-Muslims. Will it account to shirk if my mom contributes? And my mom fears that if she contributes, it will become a big issue. So how can she peacefully coexist in this situation as well as maintain her iman?
Thank you for your question. It's a fantastic question. I want to share a couple of emotions with you before this answer because they're related. I came into discovering my religion in America. And my experience of learning Islam and learning and being in the company of Muslims is entirely, for the most part, American. And when I travel to the Muslim world, I feel a love and a connection to the Ummah like I've never felt before in my entire life. I really do. And the question you're asking is a question that we deal with in America all the time. You know, we have Muslims working in hospitals, we have Muslims working in public schools, we have Muslims working in, non-Muslim organizations, and they have non-Muslim celebrations. We have people that are accountants that are invited to the Christmas party, We have people the people are working as programmers, and all the guys are gonna go grab a beer after work, and if you don't go with them, it seems rude. So we deal with this situation all the time. And here's my response to this situation. The world over needs to understand and respect what I consider, and what our deen gives us, religious freedom. There is such a thing as religious freedom. And it needs to be respected of non-Muslims, and we should respect it of the Muslims as well. In other words, you should be able to articulate in a respectful fashion that as far as your religious convictions are concerned, these holidays and these celebrations contradict with your religious view. And even if other Muslims, unfortunately, are part of those celebrations, you cannot seem to reconcile in good conscience your faith and these practices, so you would kindly like to be excused from taking part in this sort of thing. And you have to be, I tell you, rizq comes from Allah. And if you're afraid of losing your job, it's a reasonable fear. But I, at the same time, tell you, people who stand up for their beliefs sincerely for the sake of Allah, Allah will provide them rizq, Allah will provide them provision, and He will keep them in a safe provision. Because our rizq, at the end of the day, your paycheck does not come from your school, your paycheck comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. There's two ways of doing this. One way, my sister, is you go to the school and say, Easter is haram. I will not raise I will raise funds against Easter. We will do a Wester or something, or whatever. You could do that. Or you could, write a letter, an intelligent letter. You can go to your supervisor, you can express your concern, you could talk intelligently about it and say, and when people invite you to it, you can say, you know what, I don't participate in it. I have my reasons. If you'd like to know them, I can share them with you. But otherwise, please respect the fact that I would not like to participate. Just like this, if there were Christians in the school or Hindus in the school, and there was a collection being made for donations to the masjid, and they were being asked, they shouldn't be asked anyway, but if they were being asked, they should have a right to say, look, this is not what we do, sorry. And we shouldn't be angry at them to not want to support the Eid party or something, So it goes both ways, and this is part of peaceful coexistence. So that part of that, it means you have to stand up for what you believe, but you stand up for it intelligently, not emotionally. You find an intelligent, formal, respectful way of standing up for your convictions, and inshallah ta'ala, my hopes are reasonable people will listen to that and respect it as well.